Hello everybody. Nice to reconnect with you. I hope you can hear me. I am today live from our school in Florence to talk about the new Erasmus program. We have been waiting a lot for it and finally it came out. We are already going through the program. Let me see you. Okay, let me see it. Let me show it. So, while we wait for other persons to join us, to connect, I'd like you to introduce yourself in the chat box. You can write where you come from, when you're watching us from. I see Marta already, so I see also that the chat box is working for me. This is was one of the doubts. And for the ones who don't know me, I am David Baroni. I used to be a language teacher, Italian language teacher here at Europass in Florence. And but I am also a European project manager and the European project designer. And now I am the director of Europass Teacher Academy. Okay, so I see different comments now. Hi, Caterina from Cyprus, Marco from Turin, Maria from Bulgaria. Hello, everybody. Lazar from Romania, Bulgaria again, Romania again. Very nice. Turkey, Bulant from Turkey. Hi, Bulant. Bulant is one of our trainers. Now he's in Turkey, but we hope to have him again soon in one of our campuses. Ibrahim, hi Ibrahim. Okay, let me start by saying I see Latvia and a lot of people. Very nice, very nice. Let me remind you. Now I will go through. Let me tell you. I will go through the program now. I guess that most of you already know it or already knew the old program. So we will go through the main novelty, the new aspects of the new program. Oh, I see there is a comment for Bulent, a compliment for Bulent already from Slavka. And okay, so I will go through the main new aspects of the Erasmus program. But you can use the chat box to ask your questions, and I will try to answer them the best I can. And also, you can ask all your questions through different aspects, not only the ones I will cover. Today, I will mainly cover KA1 action and cooperation projects, KA2 actions. But if you have questions also about KA3 or priorities or different aspects of the Erasmus program, feel free to write in the chat box and I will try to answer them. Okay, so I see that we are already 50 now, so there are more people coming and we can start with the presentation of the program. Okay, so one of the main novelty of the project is the budget. The Erasmus program, as we know, is a flagship program for the European Union. Is one of, or if probably the most successful program of the European Union. Over the last 7 years, 5 million of persons had the possibility to go and study abroad thanks to Erasmus program. The new program will have the double of fundings. So at the moment we have 26 billion of euros for the next 7 years, plus 2 additional billions. So the total budget will be a bit over the double of the previous program. Not only there is a higher budget on the new program, but there is a stronger focus on mobility. The entire structure of the program hasn't changed. Just like before, we have the division of KA1, Key Action 1, which is mobility, and Key Action 2, which is cooperation program, cooperation activities, and meaning partnership among schools. So this division has been maintained. Oh, I see now Ramesh following us from Nepal. Hello, Ramesh, friend of mine. Very nice to see you here. And then I see greetings from Germany and Peru. Very nice. We are becoming more and more international. Very nice. It would be very interesting also, since I guess all of you are teachers. It would be interesting to know also if you have been vaccinated already. Unfortunately, we are still having a lot of troubles with our face-to-face courses. International mobility is very hard, but vaccination is progressing. I know that in many countries, teachers have a priority. So, for example, here in our school in Florence, all our teachers have been vaccinated already. So we hope this to help us start recovering and start traveling again. Okay, having greeted the new coming from Poland, Christina and Adelina from Poland, let me go back to the new program. So I was saying there is a higher budget and a stronger focus on mobility. There are new priorities. Well, a couple of them are the same, but there are new priorities that are important, and we have, when we write a project, a KA1 mobility project or a KA2 cooperation project, it is important we address at least one of the new priorities of the program, which are inclusion. Inclusion is a priority, and with inclusion here we intend inclusion of people from with disadvantaged background. This could mean persons coming from a rural area or a poorer area, or eventually persons with health troubles or any other kind of difficulties. So the inclusion of disadvantaged groups in the project is at the core of the new program. The new program must be very inclusive, taking into consideration differences also of, for example, related to immigrants or sexual orientation, and any kind of difference that could imply discrimination. So inclusion is at the core of the new program, and is a priority that we have always to consider when writing an application. Then another priority that has been inserted in the new program, and this priority will be valid for the next 7 years, because these are the priority of the full program, not only of this year. Okay. Another priority is digital transformation and help schools and the organization providing education with the digital transformation and integrating technology in their didactic approach in the classrooms, but also helping the institutions to become more digital, more technological, and in all point of view, including administration, for example. You're referring to digital transformation. It doesn't mean that we no longer will use paper and we have to use only tablet when we teach, but it's very important that we understand how to exploit at best the potential of digital education. And it's becoming part of the new curricula of teachers, being able of exploiting the potentiality of digital education and limit it when we need face-to-face. So integrate both traditional and digital education into new curricula. So this is a second priority of the new program. And I can tell you that among our catalog of KA1 courses, we have already several courses addressing both these priorities, inclusion and digital transformation. Then there are other two priorities. One is the environment and the green, the fight against climate change. So this is a new priority that has been introduced in the Erasmus program. It means that projects helping students and organizations to turn into more digital, or to educate pupils, to live in a climate and environment friendly way, will have a high priority. I can tell you that on this field, we don't have at the moment many courses because it's not an area we used to cover. We have a course on environment and teaching about environmental issues to pupils in Tenerife and in Ireland at the moment, but we will surely add more courses and participate in projects in the next months. So this is an area of growth for us as well. Finally, there is a new priority also that wasn't mentioned in the previous program, which is participation in democratic life and teaching pupils about European Union values and lifestyle, let's say. So with European Union values, we are talking about inclusion, democracy, tolerance, but this priority includes not only engaging into democratic life and a more active participation into democratic life, but also media literacy, critical thinking, helping our students recognize fake news from real news, and critical thinking and media literacy in general. So under this aspect, we are also working to expand a bit our catalog of KA1 courses. At the moment, we already have a course on media education, media literacy, that is offered in Spain and in Italy. We have another one in Prague, and so we have courses on helping pupils, teaching teachers to help pupils recognize fake news and about critical thinking and media literacy. We don't have at the moment a course on European Union, but we will publish it in short. We are designing a nice course about for teachers about learning what it is our European Union, what are its main bodies, functioning bodies, how it works, and how to teach it to your pupils, what are the rights, our rights as European citizens, how to best exploit them, and the European Union values. And so we have designing some apps and games to allow teachers teaching about European Union in a very fun way. Okay, so these are the priority of the new program. And I think they are all very important, and they are all very important topics for schools. So it's not difficult, I guess, when you write down a KA1 project or a KA2 project to address one of them or more than one of them. Okay, then what are other novelties of the new program? Going into KA1 and KA2 projects, we can say that in both cases, the program has a clear distinction of higher level projects with higher budgets that are addressed to experienced schools, and let's say easier projects that have a smaller budget, higher use of lump sum that are addressed for newcomers. So the program is very, I believe, is very open to newcomers, to schools that don't have a lot of experience, integrating very easy projects to start with. So, for example, in the case of KA1 mobility, which is which are the programs to go abroad with your students or with the staff to attend courses abroad, we have the distinction between accreditation, that is valid for vocational education and training, for schools and also for adults, and short-term projects. So for the ones, I don't know who of you has been accredited already. If you applied for accreditation, the accreditation call was last year in October. If you didn't apply for it, you can try again next year. The next deadline is 19th of October. So the accreditation is generally for experienced schools. But if your school has never participated into an Erasmus program and has never participated into a KA1 action for mobility of the staff and the pupils, well, there are short-term projects that are easier projects. The application deadline is the 11th of May this year. And it's a smaller project in which you can bring abroad maximum 30 participants, being them teachers for a training course or students. The project will last 6 to 18 months, and it is very easy to be managed because you just have lump sum, meaning depending on where you go, how many teachers you bring or how many pupils you bring, you will have your budget. And when the project is over, you don't have to report how you spend the money of the budget, because it's all in a lump. All the money you get is in a lump sum. You just have to demonstrate that you completed the mobilities you planned to complete. Okay. So we remain, of course, at disposal on via email or via phone call for explanation about the short-term projects. If you didn't apply for accreditation in October, short-term project is your way to get a grant for a KA1 already this year. Okay. There will be two deadlines. One is the 11th of May. The second one is the 5th of October in the fall. Applicants of this year in May, if you get approved, you cannot apply in October again, because during the lifetime of this program, the 7 years of this program, a school can participate only 3 times to short-term projects, KA1 projects. If you intend to apply for more times, if you intend to send abroad your staff or pupils every year, then your solution is the accreditation and not the short-term project. Okay, so let me see. I've seen some comments. Okay, it's from Sheila saying that there is a new course on place-based education in Florence, and this is very good to address the 4th priority I mentioned before, which is critical thinking and media literacy and education to European values. Okay, then I see also hello from Serbia, difficult, I don't know how to pronounce the name, and from Finland and from Turkey. Hello, everybody. Nice to see you after long time not meeting teachers in our schools. So we hope to start again soon. Okay, well, this is about short-term projects. I don't know if there are other questions about short-term KA1 projects. With a previous program, you schools had the possibility to bring pupils abroad with a KA2 program. So you had to build a partnership with a school abroad. This kind of activity has been inserted into KA1 now. So KA1 from this year is no longer about going abroad for teachers to attend a training course, but is also about bringing your pupils abroad. So you can go with a classroom, with a group of students, selected group of students, to visit a partner school abroad, or eventually to attend a training course abroad, a language course abroad. So all mobility, including the one with students, is included into KA1. Then, what else? There is a slight increase on the budget also. Participants, teachers in mobility have a bit of a higher budget for the travel, a higher budget for the course, which is 80 euros per day instead of 70. And the school applying for the funds will have a lump sum of 100 euros for each participant. Well, another novelty is also that before this KA1 action with training courses for teachers and staff were open for school education and adult education. Starting from the new program, also vocational education trainers and staff can participate in training courses abroad. So vocational educators and staff, administrative staff working in vocational schools can get the KA1 grant to attend a training course abroad. Also, preschool education was not part of the program and now is part of the program. So preschool educators are also allowed to apply for KA1 grants and attend a training abroad. And well, what else? If you plan to apply for a short-term project, remember you apply for a short-term project only if your institution is not accredited. If you're not accredited and you are applying for a short-term project, we usually recommend you to select clearly the courses you'd like to attend before before applying for the project. It's not important to get a pre-registration. A lot of customers, a lot of our clients ask us for a pre-registration document. It's not necessary because in the KA1 project, the applicant is only the sending institution. So your home school applies, doesn't need to insert a partner, and you don't need to demonstrate where you will go. You don't need a pre-registration. You could even select your course after you receive the grant. You don't have to decide before. So no pre-registration is required. But generally speaking, as a suggestion, we usually consider it is better to select your course before applying for the grant. This is because it makes your project writing easier, I would say. Because if when you write a KA1 project, you have to go through 4 clearly defined steps. The first step is the planning of the project. With the planning of the project, you need to start with a needs analysis of your school. Then when you have done the needs analysis and you start writing down your project, it's very useful for you if you have already selected which courses you will attend, because the courses will give you a clear outline of the learning outcomes and results you can reach with the course abroad. So this can help you to write down a clearer project in a KA1 application project. It could be short-term projects, can last from 6 to 18 months. Replying to Slavka, who is asking 11 months. Or if that was the question, I'm not sure if you were asking how long the KA1 short-term project can last. It's 6 to 18 months. Okay, so in planning your project, we suggest you in writing down your application, we suggest you to select already the course. You don't need to get a pre-registration, but it's useful if you have, for example, in our case, if you contact us, we can send you the course description document with detailed day-by-day activity and learning outcomes. These learning outcomes can be useful for you to write down the application project. Okay. Then the second step of the project, of your project, is the preparation of the mobility. In the preparation of mobility, you have to select the participant to the mobility and also to prepare for their mobility. So it could be cultural preparation, especially if it's a mobility with pupils. And in the case of KA1 courses, we have online also English language courses. We started in January this year to offer online live English language courses once a week, and they are very useful for participants who maybe have a good knowledge of English, but they are not used to talk. So in preparation of the mobility, we suggest, especially for the ones who are not used to speak English, to attend some English courses and to practice, to get, to get more used to talk in English, especially if you haven't done it for a while. Then you have the third phase, which is the implementation of the mobility abroad. And then you have the follow-up activity. This is a last stage, which is very important. When you write down the project, you have to define clearly which are the activities of follow-up. Follow-up activities means the teachers that have been abroad coming back has to disseminate their peers, their colleagues, what they have learned, and possibly the learning outcomes should be spread inside of the institution. And the school should complete a dissemination plan that is clearly defined in the application. But it is important that the dissemination starts inside of the school with some activity to train your staff and spread the results of the project within the staff. As part of follow-up activity, starting from this new program, the new program underlines a lot the importance of blended learning. So we have used this year of COVID to digitalize a lot of our material. Most of our courses, we have most of our courses now also in digital format. So all the participants to our follow-up, face-to-face courses will have access to our course material in digital format, and you can use that material to disseminate and to present the course content to your colleagues, which is a very important part of your project. If your application project follow-up is complete in these 4 steps, you will surely have a valuable project. Okay, I'm going very long with KA1. I'm sorry. Let me see. Okay, I see there was a question about short project. Okay, yes, short project. Well, this is the short-term project. They are not really short. It's just the name that the European Commission gave to them, because just to make the distinction between accreditation and single project, let's say. It's a single project. It's not really a short term. It's limited in the budget and in the numbers, because with a short-term project, you can send abroad maximum 30 participants. It can last maximum 18 months. And you can apply to it, or you can get it funded only 3 times for the 7 years of the program. But this is like a plan B solution for the ones who did not get accredited. So our suggestion is always to get accredited. And if you didn't apply last October, you can apply for the accreditation in the next fall. Once your institution is accredited, then you will be able to plan your mobility year after year, because every year you will just present a budget to send abroad your staff. So if you write an accreditation, you will have a plan of sending abroad your staff for their education. You write down the numbers, and you write down the numbers depending on the size of the school and on your general project of school development. And then every year you just apply for the budget to complete your mobilities. Okay, so then I see some other questions. If other courses can offer online, we have ongoing English language courses of all level. So we recommend them to participants before the mobility. Then we have run several online courses, full Erasmus courses, especially for schools who had they had to conclude their project, and they had to complete their mobility. And because of COVID, we couldn't travel this year, so we have delivered several full Erasmus online courses. So if you have an Erasmus grant from the previous year and your project is coming to an end, you can complete your full course online. Then we have also different courses online, short-term courses usually, and we have a catalog together on our website. You can find it. We have a catalog of online courses covering all the topics of professional development for teachers, not only English. And let me see. Okay, I see some. Thank you, Marta, for my English today. I don't feel well when speaking it, but thank you. And I see. Thank you, Beata, for the compliments. And okay, good. Okay, hi, Chris from Dublin. Celia from Portugal. Okay, very nice. So these are the news we have about KA1. We hope to be able to start delivering courses and not planning them soon. So let's see if we have several groups booked for April and for May and the summer. So we hope to be able to start with the face-to-face courses very soon. I wanted to remind you that if you are not very familiar with the application process, we have an online course also for writing down successful application. we have a self-paced course on Erasmus Plus on writing down your KA1 project or KA2 project. The course has been designed by our academic director, Marco, who is also a project manager. And we also have a live online course starting next week, I think, a live online course on writing down successful Erasmus application. Okay, so this is it for the moment for the KA1. If there are no other questions, I was mentioning the catalog of our courses is pretty much designed to meet priorities of the old program, but now that we have the new program, we will add courses to meet the new priorities as well, including European values and environment education. And I see Marco is here replying emails. Maybe Marco, you could send in the chat box a link to the online course for writing down successful project. Okay. Is a course live online with Marco, but the ones attending the live online course with Marco can have access also to the self-pace. Okay. Well, this I see that my colleague Tanya, many of you know Tanya, I guess, has brought my attention to another question, which is if English language courses are covered. Okay, yes, well, okay, now I see the questions. Chris is asking that pupils can get KA1 grants to attend English language courses. Well, I think so, because it clearly says that pupils can attend training courses abroad, but I'm not sure, because the program came out yesterday. I read it through. I saw that we knew already that the former KA2 program exchange of pupils between schools has been moved to KA1, but I've seen that there is also training programs for pupils. So I guess the schools may get some budgets to bring pupils abroad to learn, improve the language. But honestly, I'm not sure about that. We will have to ask national agencies about it. If someone knows something about it, can write it in the chat box. But it's a good question. It's a good question because we see clearly in the guide, in the book we love, in the guide, that the pupils also can get grant. Grant to attend training courses abroad. But it's something new, and I don't know what are the real characteristics of the courses they can attend. So we have to ask national agency about it for more details. And something else I wanted to share with you is that maybe you already have the program, and the link of the program of the European Commission is quite easy to find. But I've noticed also that there is a link with some model application forms. Everybody is often eager to have the application form soon. Let me see if I manage to share it. And so at that link, you can see some sample application forms to see how the application form will look like. I think application forms will come out very soon because deadlines are in short. KA1 project, the 11th of May, KA2 project, the 20th of May. So there is not much time, okay? There is not much time, but we have already the program, we have the sample of application form, so we have everything in our hands to start working, to start writing down our projects. Okay. Okay. Hi, Alexandra. So I hope you can see the link I shared. I'm not sure if it worked. And okay. So just let me tell you a couple of things about KA2 projects as well. Cooperation, partnerships, and small-scale partnership. It's something very similar to what we have said with KA1. We have small-scale partnership. The deadline is the 20th of May. Are projects that are addressed to new entry schools without experience in Erasmus program. So are projects that are very easy to be managed. They are cooperation projects, so KA2 cooperation project meaning that schools can work together, minimum three schools in 3 different European countries can work together to exchange experiences, to address common issues, to find new solutions together. Okay, so this small-scale partnership is also organized in lump sum, so you will get a budget depending on how many partners you are and how long the project will last, but all the budget it's in lump sum. It means you don't have to report how you spend your budget. Depending on how many mobility you will complete and where you will go, you just need to demonstrate that you complete the travel. And then you get a lump sum budget. In the case of small-scale partnerships, the deadline is again the 20th of May, and the budget can be between 30,000 euros to 60,000 euros, and the project can last from 6 to 24 months. I think it should be. And then we have a real cooperation partnership with, well, both are real, but bigger cooperation partnership that are more addressed to experienced schools with previous experience on project, and again, minimum 3 partners. But these projects are more complex. They can tackle real issues and work on creating innovative solutions and have a clearly higher budget. The budget can go from 100,000 euros to 400,000 euros, depending on the intellectual outcomes, as they call it, or meaning depending on the result the project will produce. And these kind of projects can go from 12 to 36 months, and the application deadline is again the 20th of May. Okay, so this is for the partnership project. We have been partnered in several projects, cooperation projects. I can tell you that many of our courses are results of previous cooperation projects. So if you don't have experience of such kind of projects, I recommend you to start with a small scale one, which is very easy to be managed, but is a great learning experience, and is a great experience for the staff and the pupils of each school taking part of it. To the next deadline of the 20th of May, we will participate with a couple of projects. We have the outline already. One is about digitalization of administrative services, let's say. So we have a project on on sharing with partner schools the best possible solution for a client-customer relationship management system. Then we have another project that we submitted last October. It got 96 out of 100, but we submitted it in Italy, and 96 was not enough for that round because the budget was very low. It was the last year of the previous program, so we will submit it again. And we are working on creating open educational resources for schools. So teachers can go online and find open educational resources in their subject. We are working with several schools on that project. And we are open to other partnerships as well. Usually we work with dissemination activities with schools, and we very often in partnership, our task is to cover for dissemination and for creating training courses on the results of partnership projects. As mentioned, several of our courses are resulting of previous participation to projects. So the course design are indeed teachers of primary and secondary schools of partnership. We took part in it. So if you want to write a project, a cooperation project, feel free to write us. We are ready to help, to suggest. And if the topic could be relevant for our institution as well, which, for example, in this moment would be environmental education and EU values and democracy, these kind of topics are very important and interesting for us. So feel free to invite us and we will be happy to join your project. Okay, then I see that we have a question. Darina is asking about the link. I was mentioning that I posted a link where you can find the sample of application forms for the different activities, the different projects you may want to apply. Then Marco has shared the link of our online course on Erasmus, on writing successful Erasmus applications. Then I don't see any other questions, I think. Maybe we can share the link of our online courses for teachers. Now we usually recommend them before attending the face-to-face courses, because it is, of course, very important to be fluent when you arrive to a training course abroad. Okay, so I'm sharing this last link. Okay, then let me see if I said everything I planned to say. This is the program. We have been waiting a lot for it and very happy to have it in our hands. And this is the call of proposal of this year, and with all the deadlines. These can also be easily found in the European Commission website next to the program. And also it's a new aspect that there will be, for the non-accredited institutions, there will be two deadlines, not only May 11th, but also October 5th. But it's important to remember that if you apply for and you get approved in May, you cannot apply in October for a KA1 project. In October, you can apply for accreditation. This is what we recommend you all. Okay, so if there are no other questions, I think I can close Oh, I see that Youssef asking if we are interested in having partners from Palestine. That would be fantastic. I would love to have partners everywhere, to be honest. Yes, absolutely. Are the language course free? So we have a fee for the English language course in preparation of mobility. But that fee, if you have a KA1 grant, that fee can be covered with your KA1 grant. So we can put it included in the course, KA1 course participation fee, okay? And let me see, okay, I don't see any other questions. So thank you very much for joining me in this live stream. And I hope we are going to be able to travel again soon and to start attending face-to-face courses. If you have any questions about KA1 applications or KA2, if you have project ideas and you need look for partners, feel free to write us on to our secretary. We try to reply real time within 24 hours all the time. Starting from Monday, we will have more people working, because we are sure that with the coming out of the new program, the questions will be a lot. Okay, thank you everybody. Thank you Barbara, thank you Chris, Tatiana, Marta, Lucy, Tasca, Alessandro, Robert, Ambra, Mohora, where are you from? Mohora, Rodica, who knows? It's difficult to guess the pronunciation. Susanna, Angela or Angela, Marco, Slavka, more of your courses. Okay, thanks. Looking forward to take part in more of your courses, says Slavka. Thank you. And if you have questions, keep writing on the chat box or write us an email and we will reply. Thank you, everybody. Bye-bye. See you soon.